It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics playing host to the LA Clippers. The Celtics control the opening tip and we're underway in downtown Boston. Walker. To Hayward. And throws it down. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet. And one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in the game, they can help you sustain that energy.
The pass taken away by the Clippers. Williams. Oh, a whistle.
Welcome to New Age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul.
Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards. And if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Here comes the screen. That's what you'd like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
I got ball, I got ball. I got something for him.
Hayward. Curling inside. Montrezl Harrell with a piece. Hayward to Walker. Now a drive, but the shot won't fall.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. Walker with the basketball. Lead is 2. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Flushes it home.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Walker. Off the mark. No good. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? On the follow. Way to stay with it. It's a big finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Fires the three. Oh, surprise. He hits it.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Leads 1. Shot from the lane won't go. To Kemba Walker. Down to 5 on the 24. Walker can't connect. Williams across the timeline. Down by 1. Gordon Hayward swats it. Hat-trick Beverly. Missed his first. That one goes.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Across the timeline, it's Walker. They trail by 1. Big finish at the rim.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Pass taken away by the Celtics. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Cantor.
Okay, reset.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
Self-check.
To Beverly.
Watch that cutter.
Over to the right side. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Hayward. Beyond the arc for 3. Cleans it up. Offensive board. To Walker. Tatum. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the 3.
Paul George. 3 for 4. Good start.
I got ball.
20-footer at the buzzer. It's good at the buzzer. And he just managed to get it off before the horn. That gives them the lead after a back-and-forth opening quarter. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
To Marcus Smart.
Right.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Leonard. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Match up. Come on, please. Give me the ball.
The screen sets him up for two.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
And his canter above the rim.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession.
To Beverly. Goes to the left side. Paul George. 4-2. Paul George. He's now 5 for 6. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
And scores. Strong take.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender did.
Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
George. Smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. George lets it fly. Not going down for him this time.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Williams into the front court. Up 6. Ah, you've got to get that one to go. To Hayward.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
And scores. Nice footwork to get around the defender.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Kemba Walker from long range. Oh, it took a while, Jay, but he hits his first 3 of the game here tonight.
Yeah, couldn't really get one to fall in the first quarter, but he stayed the course and did a good job of squaring his shoulders to the basket.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Easy pad to the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
It goes down.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Tatum. That's good D. Shot no good. PG lets it fly. That's no good. To Hayward. Gordon Hayward. That's how it's done. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Walker. Rocking the rim. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
I'll take that.
Oh, he had him there for a second. That's it for the first half. The Clippers have the lead. Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. It's LA Clippers ball. Beverly, and a pass stolen by Boston.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Williams to Paul George. Here's a chance from long range. Paul George locked in. Hits the tough 3.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Clippers have got it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Throws it down.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Here we go.
To Hayward. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Kawhi Leonard sends it away. Paul George, huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw is good to finish off the 3-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Williams. Gordon Hayward snatching it out of the air. Paul George to Leonard. LA with 4 to shoot. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
And the finish at the rim.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
George gets it in the left corner. To George. Oh, had him going there for a second. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Tatum. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
To Hayward. For 3. Hayward nails the trifecta.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. Hayward. Message received. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Celtics have it. Harkless. Layup goes down. Well done.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Even to Zubats. Able to recover with the block. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And he connects on the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Beverly into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Celtics have it. Beverly into the front court. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. George. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Brown into the front court. The deficit is 6. Kawhi Leonard with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Paul George to Beverly. Around the perimeter. Oh, he had him there for a second. George to Beverly. Going to launch beyond the arc. And the rebound pulled in by Brown.
Hey, kick me the ball. Cut it.
Has a look. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
I hear so many players talk about, oh, my skill set is this or my skill set is that. How about your skill set is your effort on the defensive end? That's something we don't talk about as much as we need to.
That ends the third quarter. The Clippers are out in front. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth quarter. We've got a one-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money. Down the stretch, it's game time.
Lays it up and in.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Able to convert on both free throws. Boston with the basketball.
Hey, coming left.
Walker. Kawhi Leonard tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Hayward, that's off the side of the rim, short. And he finishes at the rim.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Walker into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. To Marcus Smart. Kawhi Leonard sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
The drive right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Walker with the basketball. The margin standing now at 7. Cantor. Shot from the lane won't go. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Leonard. Deep left corner. To Leonard. 4-3. And Kawhi Leonard. Good on the quick release there.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Curling inside. From the painted area, won't go down. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly to Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Goes 2 for 2. Paul George to Williams. Oh, had him going there for a second. George buries it on the catch and shoot.
Defense, do the math. You force them to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
A drive by Brown, but he can't finish. Leonard to George. Can't connect. The follow won't go either. Tosses. Flushes down the slam.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
That is great vision to set it up and count it at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. There's the toss. Leonard, pass to the rim, flushes down the slam. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Lou Williams. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
George, great defense, forcing the miss. Ball's controlled by Boston. Tatum. Now that's a contest.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Leonard to Paul George. Oh, he had him there for a second. Kawhi Leonard. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Beverly to George. Oh, had him going there for a second. Driving right to the basket. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Number 20.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game. The Lakers begin the game with the basketball. Kyle Kuzma. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Has a chance, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Into the front court, it's Walker. They trail by 2. His first effort off the mark. Marcus Smart, good touch.
I see this happen all the time. It used to happen to me. Sometimes an easy offense allows more effort to translate to the defensive end.
Can't do that.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Kemba Walker, that's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
James. Short jumper stays out.
Hey, come set me one.
Oh, whistle.
Welcome to New Age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Walker buries it on the catch and shoot.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Kuzma. To Cousins. James. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Gets it in the left corner. Kyle Kuzma. Not going down here. To Marcus Smart. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
Celtics have it. Hayward to Marcus Smart. The pass taken away by the Lakers. Kuzma to Davis. James. Tough shot. Well defended. Walker into the front court. His team up by 1. From long range. Can't defend it any better. Kemba Walker misses.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
LeBron James. First couple didn't go. That one is true. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds with the agilities of a guard. He can blow by you. If he dips that shoulder, there's no way. There is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
Oh, he had him there for a second. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender, you get Anthony Davis.
Gordon Hayward pins it. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Stepping in for the Los Angeles Lakers, number 1, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
If LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A., that means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Good shot, good shot.
Rocking the rim.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Hey, lock up.
Nothing going here on that drive. Slams it down.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Brown into the front court. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. It's James. Rebound for Smart. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Cantor. He connects. Sometimes you just have to go out there and make a tough play.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
James to Davis. And the finish at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
I got him. Let's go.
Lock up. Here we go.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
LeBron with it up top. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. A pass taken away by the Celtics. DeMarcus Cousins tips it. First quarter's complete. The Lakers have the lead. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast, and the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Team stats, fan interviews, and more. And best of all, they're free. You can get your game program from a team representative at any one of our main entrances around the arena.
Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Boston with the basket. Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. Walker can't connect. JaVale McGee to James. The monster stuff.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Los Angeles has the basketball. James. Right time, right. Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
James. Bad pass, and the Celtics have it. To Jaylen Brown. Flushes it home.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
JaVale McGee to Caldwell Pope. Oh, emphatic slam.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
And the finish, slam dunk.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Brown, so it stays with the LA Lakers. Time to shuffle things up.
Number 0, Kyle Kuzma.
James to Caldwell Pope. Slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a problem city.
Hayward. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. 2 of 4 now.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Caldwell Pope. Goes to the left side. Caldwell Pope. That's off the side of the rim, short. Celtics have it. To Hayward. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Gordon Hayward, zero hesitation as he knocks it down for 3.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good to Jaylen Brown.
Oh, yeah, easy bucket, easy bucket, easy bucket.
Couldn't keep it in. Out of bounds off Jaylen Brown. Luke Walton switching things up. He's got some new players out there.
Angeles Lakers. Number 3, Anthony Davis.
To Kyle Kuzma. To Danny Green. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
To Walker. Count it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
LBJ with it. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw's good to cement the 3-point play. The lead is back down to 1.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Hayward. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Across the timeline comes James. Down a point. Turns and slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
No, I missed a short one there. To Davis. Here's LeBron for 2. Cousins to James. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Celtics have it. Hayward. Great defense, forcing the miss. Davis to Kyle Kuzma. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Anthony Davis sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Misfires. It's no good.
I missed it.
To Cousins.
My ball.
And 2 for AD. AD, is he a new age big?
Easy answer is yes. He is Mr. Versatility. He can do everything on both the offensive and the defensive end. He can fight the post, battle for position. He can protect the rim. Plus, if you switch, he can guard guards on the perimeter. That's what you love about AD. You need something, he has an answer for you.
James. And Jay, they called the foul.
A simple touch foul.
LeBron James at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws.
Oh, yeah, come right back to you.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. He's 3 for 7.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Lakers at the controls right now. Nothing going here on that drive. Pass taken away by the Celtics.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the 3rd.
I got him. Here we go.
Walker.
Here we go.
Got it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
LeBron into the front court. His guys lead here early stages 3rd quarter. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Kemba Walker, defended by Cousins. Give it to him. Kemba Walker, now 4 for 9.
Ed, here's a next-level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Fights through traffic to slam it down.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Anthony Davis makes it look easy as he hits the 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Great pass to set it up and stuffs it home. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
He was hacked. They let it go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, easy difference there. In the first half, the offense allowed the defense to settle into their half-court sets defensively, and that's why the shots were all contested. But now since they picked up the pace of the game, they're getting a lot more action out of transition threes.
Hayward. Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
It goes down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Walker with the basketball. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. And Gordon Hayward knocks down a wide-open look.
This game comes down to micro adjustments. Either mismatches, ball screens, slipping action on those ball screens, quick fades to 3s. It just seems like you're actually finding your rhythm offensively.
It's good, and 1.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Into the game for the Lakers, number 7.
Walker to Marcus Smart. LeBron James with the block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron James. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 7, Jaylen Brown.
Walker. Count it. Three-pointer is good.
Today's league just throws that old school stuff out of the window. Why have 2s when you can shoot 3s, even on fast breaks? Guys spread out towards the 3-point line instead of laying the ball easy at the rim.
Enes Kanter able to recover with the block. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Number 36, Marcus Smart. And number 27.
James to Caldwell Pope. Lakers down to 4 in the shot clock. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. And scores.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
JaVale McGee to James. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He has yet to hit one tonight. No good. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Ed, this is like show and tell back in kindergarten. You show the ball, and then you tell them with the easy lay.
Going back to the pre-K days, Jay. Jumper's good.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
LeBron James snatching it out of the air. To Hayward. Deep right corner. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Deep 3 at the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Lakers have the lead. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the 4th quarter. And you have to figure they like this spot they're in. Entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the 4th quarter with, more important.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys now down by a point. DeMarcus Cousins sends it away. This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Cantor. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Walker. Now that's a contest. To James. Curling inside. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. LeBron into the front court. Leads just a point. It's Boogie for two. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game.
And I've been seeing a lot of barking back and forth between the players and the fans. I actually like that. I think that gets the players more engaged in the game, in particular sometimes when the game seems like it's dead air.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Walker. To Jaylen Brown. James into the front court. His team up by one. Slams it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Boston with the basketball. Brown to the basket, but his shot won't fall. LeBron with it up top. He'll run the offense. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Goes to the left side. To Jaylen Brown. And look out.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
And he'll go to the foul line.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Nope. First one does not go. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Hayward.
You got him. Easy work.
DeMarcus Cousins swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
In the slam.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
LeBron James with the rock. To Caldwell Pope. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, had him going there for a second. Kuzma to James. Fires the three. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Into the front court, it's Walker. All even here in the fourth. LeBron James. Huge block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. To Jaylen Brown. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
That's the kind of break they're looking for. I bet you they attack in transition.
Anthony Davis. He's now 4 for 6.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw good. He caps off the three-point play. And his group is back up by a point. Lakers ball. And a nice finish at the rim.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
to Hayward. Cruises inside for 2.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Across the timeline comes James. His guys now trailing by a point. To Davis. Nothing going here on that drive. Davis. And a pass stolen by Boston.
From a guy who's been there before, tomorrow morning you'll wake up and you would have wished this was a bad dream. But in reality, all you could do is knock the cobwebs off and let it fuel you for tomorrow.
James to Danny Green. Fires the 3. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Steps around the defender and puts it in. Nicely done.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Celtics come away with it.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Hayward to Jaylen Brown. And they call it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
That's his first personal foul.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they take care of business. come to you from downtown Los Angeles. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bull, Jay Williams. And Jay, once you beat the traffic, this is one of the great stops in the NBA.
When you step your foot on that purple and gold floor, you know you have to bring your A game. Plus, your trash-talking A game to all the celebrities sitting courtside, Ed.
It's the definition of showtime. Let's do this. Runner's good there. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
DeAndre Jordan, huge block. Out of bounds. Last touch by DeAndre Jordan. Danny Green. LeBron James, defended by Kevin Durant. Five to shoot for Los Angeles. To Danny Green. Here's a chance from long range. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Anthony Davis pins it. It's James controlling the offense. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
To James. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
And so many players, when they come into the paint, they come in with that soft approach. He didn't come in soft at all. He came in with aggression, and he went through the defender. Through, not around. That's key.
Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. To Durant. Shot from the lane won't go. To Danny Green. Davis to Danny Green. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Shot clock violation. Durant across the timeline. Down just a couple. Drive here, but the shot stays out. LeBron with it up top. Looking to make something happen. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
To James. LeBron James. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Nice pass to set things up. He throws it down. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
free throw is good to cap off the three-point play. And the lead is down to 3. LBJ has it.
I got him. Here we go.
And he's going to the free throw line.
There's a fine line between being active and being a detriment. You don't want to keep giving up extra possessions.
LeBron James has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First try, no good. Missed the second. 0 for 2. For 3. Dudley there for the rebound. Across the timeline comes James. Up by 3. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
James, deep left corner. LeBron James. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
And he finishes at the rim.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
It's James controlling the offense. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
JaVale McGee tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
James to Caldwell Pope. James. Driving right to the basket. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Hollis Jefferson. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. Short. And scores. Strong take.
2 points. The assist from number 7, JaVale McGee.
We're through one from Staples Center with the Lakers on top. Jay and I return to the city of Ain. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Knocked loose. Nets have it. Irving tosses. JaVale McGee swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Kentavious Caldwell Pope. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Davis. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Anthony Davis at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. And he makes them both.
And number 24, Hollis Jefferson.
Kevin Durant with the rock. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Count the basket inside.
It can only be one of 2 things here. One, The defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Lets it fly from long range, and Kevin Durant unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the 3.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
LeBron into the front court. His team up by 7. Here comes the screen. Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. James McGee punching it home with the putback slam.
JaVale has such a good nose around the basket until he doesn't.
What are you saying there, Jay?
It's 50-50 sometimes.
Well, hopefully it's half glass full in this regard. Curling inside. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. James to Danny Green. LeBron, tough matchup against Durant. And too much contact.
His timing was a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. Slams it down.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Los Angeles, they have it. Anthony Davis matched up with Durant. The drive, right to the basket. Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
LeBron James rejects it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Beyond the arc for 3. To Dinwiddie. There's the toss. Durant. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Oh, emphatic slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Driving right to the basket. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
And scores on the Euro step.
It's not a travel if it looks pretty.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Time for the bench to step up. Kenny Atkinson knows it, making some moves. Durant with the basketball up top, trailing by 11. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
There is no recovery, Ed, in particular if the defender does not stay on balance.
James against KD. Ah, the monster stuff.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a Prob City.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 6, DeAndre Jordan.
Kuzma. It was right there. To Jordan. whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Kyrie Irving, couple of free throws on the way. A career 87% from the line. Nope, first one does not go. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out. Kevin Durant sends it away. The drive right to the basket. Kyrie Irving. He's 2 for 2 now. Deep three at the buzzer. Good. A 3 at the buzzer. Everything going right so far as they've extended the lead. That's it for the first half with the Lakers in command. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Dinwiddie into the front court. His guys down 11. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
From the painted area, won't go down.
You can't fall in love with the jump shots. You have to find ways to maybe even get to the free throw line. Keep your team in the game by putting points on the board.
LeBron James with the rock. Trying to take it all the way, but it's no good.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Anthony Davis with the block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
The rebound cleared by the Nets. Durant across the timeline. The margin standing now at 7. DeMarcus Cousins snatching it out of the air.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Rises for the slam.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
James into the front court. The lead stands at 9. To Cousins. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First free throw is good. So he hits the first, misses the second. It's Brooklyn's ball. Durant in a matchup with Boogie. And now an out of bounds off the net. LeBron into the front court. His team leads it by 10. To Davis. Oh, they called the foul.
Just a tic-tac foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Take that.
James, and the rebound comes to Durant. Anthony Davis able to recover with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Jordan. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
James, and the rebound comes down to Jordan. To Durant.
coming left, Spoon coming left.
Almost, and he's not getting the call.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Time to shuffle things up.
Number 00.
And count the basket.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot in.
DeAndre Jordan with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
To Kyle Kuzma. Doesn't get the bounce. Nets have it. To Dinwiddie. Jordan. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
What I like about Spencer Dinwiddie is that he's a worker. I remember he got hurt his last year in college at Colorado, still decided to take a chance on himself, went into the draft, got drafted second round, and now I see him still defining and refining his game.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. His guys trail by 10. Durant. Nice pass to get things going.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Durant with the basketball up top. His guys can get a 2-for-1 if they time this out. Kyle Kuzma sends it away.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
And that one out of bounds off the net. Danny Green. LeBron matched up with Durant. To Davis. Going to launch beyond the arc. And the rebound taken in by Jordan. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now. Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. Brooklyn secures the rebound. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. The Lakers have the lead. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the third.
And just because the numbers on the scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. LeBron James against KD. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Here's lesson number one. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
To James. Whoa! What a finish!
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Jordan. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Durant. And knocks it down.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
DeAndre Jordan. Huge block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
A pass stolen by the Nets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Irving, another chance. KD follows up with the putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
JaVale McGee pins it. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by JaVale McGee. New blood coming in for both sides.
Number 3, Anthony Davis. Subbing in for the Nets. Number 8.
Durant. Over to the right side to Jordan. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Durant to Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
LBJ. And the finish at the rim.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
The drive right to the basket to Jordan. DeMarcus Cousins tips it. LeBron with it up top. Up by 3. Gets to the basket and scores.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Irving to Dinwiddie. No good. Across the timeline comes James. Leads 5. To Kyle Kuzma. And stuffs it home.
Oh, right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
To Irving. Jordan. 4-3. And that's rebounded by the Lakers. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Irving gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm not saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Number 2, Torian Prince.
Big hit right there.
Number 14, Danny Green.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Nets have the basketball. Durant won't go down. LeBron into the front court. Up 6. He gets it.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout, but this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Irving to Durant. Throws it up. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
LeBron James has got 2 shots coming, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. And gets both to drop at the line. Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Irving to Durant. is in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
I hear so many players talk about, oh, my skill set is this or my skill set is that. How about your skill set is your effort on the defensive end? That's something we don't talk about as much as we need to.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
19-footer at the buzzer. The Lakers get the victory as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at the Golden One Center in downtown Sacramento. Tonight, it's the Sacramento Kings taking on the Brooklyn Nets.
Defense, let's go.
Kyrie lets it go. That's usually one that he'll knock down. And scores, plus the foul. DeAndre Jordan, another strong finish, going to the line for a chance at three.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Into the front court, it's Fox. Down three. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
And the rebound belongs to Sacramento. Fox Across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Irving to Dinwiddie. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Fox with it. They trail by 1. To Hield. Here comes the screen. Fires the 3. That no good. Off the mark. Irving into the front court. He'll run the offense. Down low Durant. Big finish at the rim.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Jared Allen with a piece. That's out. Last touch by Jared Allen. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
To Durant. Barnes. To the rim, lays it up and in.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Durant, defended by Trevor Ariza. To Irving. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4 to Durant. Kevin Durant, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Match up, match up, match up.
De'Aaron Fox slams it down.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Kyrie with the rock. Got to the rim but couldn't finish.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Here's Irving into the front court. Down by 1. Won't go. To Dinwiddie. Oh, he had him there for a second. Irving. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. 24-second violation. New blood coming in for both sides.
Subbing in for the Nets, number 12, Joe Harris.
De'Aaron Fox to Bagley. De'Aaron Fox. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Brooklyn secures the rebound. To Durant.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
Kevin Durant. 3 for 4. Good start.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's Sacramento ball. Can't connect from inside. Sizing up the defense. To Durant. Here's a chance from long range. Pulled down by Dedmon. Joseph with it. Down a point. Bagley. Great look and vision. De'Aaron Fox buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Deep three at the buzzer. First quarter's complete with the Nets in front. One of those games, every shot seems to be going down. Only one quarter in the books, Jay. Defensively, what needs to be tightened up?
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, oh, we're going to get a chance to watch something special.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Great feed, sets it up. For three, that's off the side of the rim, short. Durant across the timeline, up by three. The crossover, gets inside, and the slam dunk.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2" guard. Scary.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
End-to-end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now a whistle. It's going to be a timeout for Sacramento as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. De'Aaron Fox to Hield. From long range, he'll force that one. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay. Spencer Dinwiddie at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. Misses the first. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Fox into the front court. Down 8. To Harrison Barnes. From the painted area, won't go down.
I got ball. It's all me.
Barnes. Dinwiddie into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Kyrie cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
There is no better feeling than after making that shot and trotting back on defense, seeing your opponent stare, point, or yell at each other for miscommunication.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Irving. The pass stolen by Sacramento. Jared Allen tips it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Buddy Hield. Kyrie across the timeline. His team on top by 8. To Durant. 4-3. And Kevin Durant unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Barnes. That's off the side of the rim, no good. The pass taken away by the Kings. Barnes to Fox. Goes to the left side. Buddy Hield to Fox. 5 on the shot clock for Sacramento. 2 points for Buddy Hield.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
And destroys the rim. That's what DeAndre Jordan does. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Irving. Oh, whistle.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2. First
Durant.
final 2 minutes. 1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Not that time. Into the front court, it's Fox. His team down 9. A pass stolen by the Nets.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And they'll go to the hack-a-Jordan strategy and send DeAndre to the line.
Everybody in the building understands he's been a known target. Looks like they're hacking early in this one.
Oops, he missed the first one. Good bounce back, hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To Hield. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot to Dinwiddie. Missed a wide open look. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half, and the Nets enjoying some breathing room. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway.
I got ball. I got him. Here we go.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Fox across the timeline. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit.
No, he don't need no screen.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't connect.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Kyrie Irving. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Can you stand?
De'Aaron Fox knocks it down. The defender has to get there next time.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Kyrie Irving, now 4 for 9. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Sacramento ball to Hield. Good look that time, but off the mark. To Dinwiddie. Off the assist.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Kyrie Irving. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Barnes gets it in the right corner. Buddy Hield, and a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Ariza to the basket, but he can't get it to go. To Irving. Goes to the right side. Durant. Add 2 points to the board.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
The Kings will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Fox with it. The deficit now up to a dozen. To Hield. A pass stolen by the Nets. To Hollis Jefferson. Durant, defended by Trevor Ariza. To Jordan. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Irving. No good. That's great defense. Barnes. Nice pass to set things up. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Irving brings the ball up court. Fires the three. Well defended.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Hield. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from long range. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Hield, defended by Kevin Durant. Rondae Hollis.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Bagley to Fox. Count it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Brooklyn's got it. Durant, guarded by Ariza. Beyond the arc for 3. And Kevin Durant nails it from downtown.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5 from three-point range.
Let me tell you why. He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
No time left. The Nets have the lead. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the third.
And just because the numbers on the scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
Spencer Dinwiddie, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no in this contest. Knocks down the first. So he hits the first, misses the second. Kings with the ball.
Here we go. I got him.
Mouse in the house.
He's flashing. Bump him.
And he scores. Euro step into the rim, Jay.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Everybody get back. Screen coming.
Durant. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Around the perimeter to Barnes. Harrison Barnes. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Durant. He engulfed him that time. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
It's not a travel, Ed. You're allowed 2 steps after you pick up the ball. Now, these steps may be more east and west instead of north and south, but this is the new game that these young kids are playing.
Jay, they're so athletic. I would imagine it varies from official to official.
Or it varies from great player to great player.
Now a whistle, and it's going to be a timeout for Sacramento as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter.
The best basketball. And I know I'm saying this, and I shouldn't be saying it because I'm calling the broadcast, but as a player and a fan, you know you tune in to the 4th. This is where guys earn their paychecks. This is where you see real fight and real hustle.
De'Aaron Fox to Hield. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buddy Hield, born scorer from the Bahamas.
And he is just turning up here in the second half. In the first, he didn't seem that engaged. Now, he seems hungry.
That'll get out of bounds off of Irving.
Hands up.
And the basket good at the rim.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
Durant lets it fly. Jumper's good. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer, no. He's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
De'Aaron Fox. Nice finish at the rim.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Durant picked up by Ariza. Trevor Ariza swats it. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a King. Irving to Durant. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Durant. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Irving. And the rebound taken in by Barnes. To Hield. DeAndre Jordan sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Durant. Knocked loose. Kings come up with it. And scores. Strong take.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Durant. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. To Fox. Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Irving to Durant. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. To Dinwiddie. Here's a chance from long range, and it's good.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
De'Aaron Fox. Won't go.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot?
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston. Tonight, the Boston Celtics getting set to match up with the Los Angeles Lakers. Davis to Danny Green. And two for 8.
As a team, when you establish your dominance in the paint early, it's critical to your offense because it eventually opens up the perimeter down the stretch.
Oh, whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Oh, shoot that. You open.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
And the rebound taken down by the Lakers. To Davis. And Cousins is fouled. Boogie going to the line. He's going to shoot 2.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line.
He fooled.
To Kemba Walker.
They can pick it up.
And the Lakers clear. LeBron with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Beyond the arc for 3. It's Tatum with the rebound. Boston with the basketball. And Jay, they call the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Davis, that's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Walker buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
James goes to the right side. Davis, that one off the mark. It's no good. To Jaylen Brown.
Here we go. I got him.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
James to Cousins. Slams it down.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
To Jaylen Brown. To Hayward. Boston with 4 to shoot. And the slam. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Danny Green to Kyle Kuzma. DeMarcus Cousins, 2 for 2. That's what you want. 6'11", 270. That's a massive man. You can make a case there's nobody like him.
There isn't anybody like him in the NBA. He is an absolute bully on the block. Can burrow his way through traffic, make it easy, and also possesses that sweet shooting touch from the outside.
Here's Cousins. Shot won't go. To Jaylen Brown. Wide open look won't go.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second guess your shot. You've had 3 wide open shots that you just can't put through the net, but still keep hunting your shot.
To Marcus Smart. And he finishes at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Davis. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
To Marcus Smart. Driving right to the basket. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Kyle Kuzma. Deep 2 there, won't go. DeMarcus Cousins, 3 for 4. Good start.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
The assist from number 20, Gordon Hayward.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. First quarter's complete. The Celtics have the lead. Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Short jumper misses. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Cantor. The pass taken away by the Lakers. To Caldwell-Pope. Enes Kanter able to recover with the block. That's out. Last touch by Enes Kanter. It's a 5-second violation. He knows he needs his bench. Brad Stevens turns to his reserves. Walker. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.